It's not an easy thing to realise that you're different and that you are a member of the LGBTI community whenever that realisation happens, because of the fact that it's not accepted, because of the fact that people are going to treat you differently, your family are going to abandon you in some cases. So a lot of people will hide that fact for years before they feel comfortable in actually saying, actually, I am gay or lesbian or whatever. My name is Virginia. I help people who live with mental illness. This is my experience. I work at Relationships Australia Tasmania as the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender and Intersex Project Officer, or the LGBTI Project Officer. The LGBTI community itself is highly political. Inside the community, although they are one community, there are various subgroups inside that community. If there is a community member in crisis, everyone will pull together to support that person, knowing that there's no other option available there for them. So you will have community members on suicide watch if someone attempts suicide, and you'll have someone who will support a partner if they've lost someone. The Community Action Plan was launched in May of this year. This Community Action Plan I've called Stage 1 because it goes right back to basics. It's about people looking at forms, it's about looking at their risk analysis forms, it's looking at their organisations, it's about looking at their education and training, it's about looking at how they do things in general, the ambience of their organisations, if they're welcoming and comfortable for the community members. There's been a lot of great research that's already happened for LGBTI community members by LGBTI community members, consultants, researchers, universities, etc. There hasn't been a lot of action. So you have research, it's filed away, people read it, nothing happens from it. The daisy symbolises a hope to me. Inside the daisy there is a lot of perfectly formed daisies, and these then become the seeds and float and then germinate in whichever area. In particular, the little rock daisies with the purple shadow daisy behind it, it grows over the most driest, ridiculous areas where nothing can really grow, but it does, and it flourishes and it looks beautiful. And for me it symbolises hope because it can grow in the most barren areas of the world, anywhere. So in the consultations, I actually found out from some of the community members that if they're in a situation that was quite critical, due to either attempting suicide, having some suicide ideation or self-harming, they've actually rung crisis helplines, etc., to get support and get information about what they could do, only to be told that they can't be helped, that they need to go to church, that they were sinning, that what they were doing wasn't normal. Some community members actually went into hospitals to try and get some support. In some cases, some parents have actually taken youth in because of self-harm or attempted suicide, only to be told that an appointment can be made for them in 1 or 2 weeks' time to come back, which has actually caused the young person or the person to attempt suicide, and unfortunately in some cases have completed suicide. In my own personal life, have experienced some of the discrimination more from my family when I came out late in life, so I can understand a lot of what the community members are going through, and it has to stop. It's not something that can happen if you're going to be political and walk around with your banners, etc. It needs to be a way that comes through conversation and talking to people, and I think this is why the Community Action Plan has been successful. It's gone over barriers that have always been there. Well, it'll mean that they can access any support and assistance that they need at the time that they need it. If they need to go to hospital, that they can quite comfortably and safely out themselves, knowing that they won't be judged or discriminated against. It'll mean that they can walk down the street and hold hands and not feel that people are looking at them or making snide comments towards them. That they can live in a small remote community that might be rednecked, for example, and feel totally accepted, that people aren't going to judge them, that they can get the employment because of their qualifications and not because of the way that they look. People need to be able to have the right to make their own choices about things and what's happening and be treated as a human being, as we all are, and everyone has the right to be treated like that and to feel safe and secure and able to access the help that they need when they need it.